Hello, it is Anne Alexson coming to you live, and we are just getting ready, not waiting. Hi, it's Anne coming to you live. Turn the sound up and let's get this thing started. I am sitting in my lounge room. I'm just going to move my camera away from me a weeny little bit. Hello Janet, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining me so that I'm not here by myself while everyone else comes along. Hello, hello, hello. And today we are going to do, well, we're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a chat. It's going to be interactive as well. So welcome. As you join, I would love for you to tell me how your day's been, what you've been up to today, what's been going on. And I am just going to quickly take a moment to share the video out, share the live out, so that anyone who is looking for me anywhere else knows where to find me. Hello, Tammy. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me for the hour that we're spending together this evening. Now, Tammy, let me know in the comments how your day has been, how your day's been, what you've been up to, all of those sorts of things. Mariko, yes, the rain. It hasn't quite hit here. Sometimes it goes everywhere around us here, but doesn't quite hit us. So there's a little bit of thunder. There's some drops coming down, but it's nothing too much. I did start to panic a little bit with some lightning and thinking, oh, I can't go on live when there's lightning, but because I've got my phone plugged in, I've got my computer plugged in, but we'll see how we go. Hi Florence, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. Now, as I said, I'm just going to quickly share this out into all the other places where people usually find me online so that they know where I am. And just pop in the comments for me when you get here. Let me know how your day has been and what you've been up to. So Tammy, creative expression is amplified. It absolutely is. Jenny's busy packing. Are you leaving the country, Jenny, or are you moving home? What's going on with you there? And so as you join us, please just let us know how your day has been, what you've been up to, what's going on with you. Sorry about all the light coming into my glasses here. I hope it's not too distracting. Oh, Roz, the rain stopped where you are already. Oh, that was quick, wasn't it? Okay, great. Thanks for joining us. And please do tell me in the comments what you've been up to today, how today has been treating you, what's going on with you. Roz, what have you been hiding from, my dear? What's been going on with you? Jenny, you don't know where you're moving to, but you're moving, so you're taking a leap of faith. Florence did absolutely nothing. Rest and recreation for a day off. Fantastic, that's wonderful. There's nothing quite like a bit of rest, is there? In fact, I'm a bit of a fan of resting, and I spent quite a few hours this morning just lying in my bed, thinking, pondering, talking to my guides, doing some manifesting exercises. So yes, I'm all about the rest. Oh, hiding from yourself, Roz. You can do that from time to time, just don't do it forever, okay? Fabulous, Jenny, good on you. Wow, that's a big step. Colleen's been processing and resting. Hope that's a good thing. Janet, you've been doing essential shopping. That sounds quite boring to me. I don't like essential shopping. That kind of means the supermarket and things like that, where I tend to go every single day, but I don't enjoy it. I go there because I have to. Now, if it was shopping for clothes or for shoes, that would be exciting for me. So just let me know in the comments as you're joining us what you've been up to today. It is good, Florence, absolutely. Just sharing this into the Mystery School for Women. See, I don't even know the name of it. Into the Mystery School for Women group, so that if anybody's over there looking for me, they'll know where I am. I can't type and talk at the same time, apparently. So I'll hit post on that. While you're here with me, you did buy shoes, Janet. Fantastic. It's always good to buy shoes. Wonderful. So yes, as you're joining us, anyone else who's newly joining us, just give us a quick hello and let us know what you've been up to today. For me here in Brisbane, Australia, it is Saturday afternoon, 6 p.m, evening 6 p.m. It's usually a bit lighter, and usually I'll do my lives in my office. But because of the storm that we're kind of having, maybe having, that some other places near us had and other places further out from us had, but we don't seem to be having it. It's gotten a little bit darker than it usually is at this time of the evening, so I've moved into my lounge space, my lounge room, and opened up all the blinds and turned a light on in the kitchen. So I'm hoping that the light is working well for you. Hi, Linda from New Zealand. So it would be evening, later in the evening for you, I imagine. Fantastic. Mariko, weird dream this morning of popping my back and disc in and out and doing these weird stretches. Oh, very interesting. I'm not so sure about woke up with a stiff shoulder. I wonder what you were doing while you were sleeping. I wonder what movements you were doing. Dark and humid over where you are, Sally. So yeah, we're just saying here that the storm looked like it was going to hit. There were a few drops of rain, but nothing much happened. 9 p.m. in New Zealand. Fantastic. All right. So the purpose of the live today is, I was sitting around the house today. I was actually feeling a bit sorry for myself, if I'm totally honest. I was just having one of those moments, and I came across a post, and it was about teenage suicide, and it was quite I felt very emotional about it, and then that I started to spiral from that. I started to just kind of feel bad about what was going on in my life. Not that there's anything wrong going on in my life, but I just started to feel a little bit down, and I was starting to tap into that collective energy of feeling a bit down. And all of a sudden I had this idea that I should go back to doing what I used to do regularly on a Saturday evening. It was a bit later than it is now, but I used to just jump on for an hour, do readings, share messages, talk, because as you know, I love to do that. Surprisingly for someone who was teased her whole life for not talking in social situations. Hello, Bart. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. Now, as you're joining, if you would just let me know how your day has been. I'd love to know how your day has been. And then we're going to spend some time together. We're going to go into conversation. So I want to have an interactive conversation. I want to invite you to take part in the conversation. I am watching the comments. Linda, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you lost a young friend on Boxing Day. A terrible situation that we're in with this bullying, this young people bullying and suiciding. It happened in my son's school last year, and it was quite stressful, it was quite stressful. We really must demand change in the way that we do things. That starts with me, of course. Anywhere that I'm bullying someone or in a bullying energy, I need to clean that out, and then I need to demand that other people do the same. So yeah, terrible things. So moving on, we're going to spend some time together. As I said, anyone who's joining us, please let me know how your day has been, and maybe let me know where you're from. If you're not from beautiful Brisbane here, where we're having a bit of a storm at the moment, and it is frightfully hot as well, but I wouldn't know that because I've been inside with the air conditioning all day. Now, there used to be a time when I wouldn't put the air conditioning on no matter how hot I got, and it was through my journey of learning to love myself and give myself what I needed that I came to the conclusion that it was self-love and self-care to use the air conditioning when I needed to. So now I don't hesitate to put the air on when it's needed, and even for days and days at a time if I feel it necessary. I'm just not interested anymore in not caring for myself in that way. So there's something for anyone who is maybe a little bit not self-caring. So what we're going to do, we're going to spend some time together and we're going to talk about, all these are the things that will come into the conversation, I know this. How to be the powerful creator of your own reality, how to manifest, lots of stuff about the law of attraction. I don't really like the expression the law of attraction. And how to manifest, because they've become so mainstream and they've become so filtered and so watered down. But, you know, this conversation really is about those things. What it takes to create a business and life that serves you and your purpose, so serves you and other people. You're right, Florence, we do deprive ourselves of so many things until we realise that we deserve it, absolutely. Money in particular, that's another thing that I'm happy to talk about this evening in our conversation. If you are asking for guidance once we get started, please know that, as I've written in the post here, very important, our directive, that's mine and all that is to assist you to step into your full power, not to tell you what to do, and certainly not to predict your future for you, because there are that many probabilities in your future, and everyone that you ask for a prediction for it will give you a different probability, will see a different possibility for you. So we only serve you by helping you to get where you're going, telling you what's stopping you and giving you suggestions on how you can clear those things and how you can move towards what you want. Much more self-empowering. I'm all about leading you towards your sovereignty. All right? So, let's start the conversation. I've got the computer here in front of me. I'm just going to pop it to the side a bit so that it's not on my lap and I don't have to think about it. Okay, let me see if I can manage that with the phone attached to it and all sorts of things. And there we go, knocking things around. All right, as you're joining us, look at me, all expressive with my hands now that I've got them. I'd love to hear from you about what you've been up to today. Also, if anybody has a subject they'd like to start the conversation on, I would certainly love to answer any questions that you have about those things that we've explained that we want to talk about today. All right, and I can see someone's just put a comment somewhere. I just need to check what it is because it's someone that I do want to have. Oh, I can see someone's just put a comment somewhere. Bear with me, I just have to turn the sound off on the computer. There we go. All right, all good. And I just noticed that one of my mentors went live in a program that I'm doing with her. I completely forgot that she was going live this evening and I chose to go live at the same time. Interesting choice. I'll have to examine that a bit later. All right, so let me know how your day's going and let's start talking. What I'd like to do is invite you actually to ask for guidance, to ask any questions that you've got. I'm just feeling like I don't want to just talk at you all night, or at least for the hour that we're going to be together. It's only 45 minutes now. So if you have any questions about manifesting what you want to manifest, about how to create the life you want to live, how you can step into what you want to have, what's stopping you from getting there and how to clear that out. Any questions along any of those sorts of lines, please do ask the question and we'll get started. So Florence, respect money to expect money. I love that. That's a great way of putting it. Absolutely. Love it, love it, love it. I'm doing a lot of work around money at the moment in my own life because I'm determined this year to up-level the income that I have coming in. I live very leanly and I've decided that I deserve to be living a little bit more richly. Not in a great way, of course. I have no desire for things as much as I have a desire to be able to serve my tribe more fully, and I can only do that if I make some more money in my work so that I can start doing events travelling throughout Australia and doing events. I've got a great idea for an event. It's coming through. It really started coming through today. I've known it's been coming. Ali and Maria, both together, hello. Lovely to have you both here with me. Thank you so much for joining us. Maria is visiting Ali at the moment. I know I heard something about her driving to visit. So wonderful. It's wonderful to have you both here with me. Thank you for that. So Sally, you're asking what is stopping you. The only thing that's coming to me right now, Sally, and look, this is really for most of us. It's also for me. And it sounds silly, I know, but I'm going to say it and then I'm going to take it further, okay? There's only one thing stopping you, Sally, and it is, I can tell you her name. Her name's Sally. That's the only thing that is stopping you right now, is your own self. Now, it's the small Sally that's stopping you. It's that Sally who thinks she's not enough. It's that Sally who hasn't yet done some of the things that have come to her to do because of fear of doing it, of fear of what other people will think of her, fear of what her life might become, all of those sorts of things. You know what I mean, Sally? So if you want me to expand on that a little bit more for you, why don't you just pop in the comments and let's keep that part of the conversation going. Now, as I said, this is for nearly everybody. If you are in any way, shape or form not living the life that you wish to be living, there is only one thing stopping you. There's only one thing stopping you. It's you. And then the work to do is to dig out what it is that you're afraid of, what it is that you think is going to happen when you become fully empowered, what you're afraid other people will say to you or become to you or maybe leave your life. All of these sorts of things, they're the things that you want to dig into and find out what it is. What is it that makes me think that I have to live the life that I'm living instead of the life that I want to be living? One thing that I do know, Sally, is that all the things about the life that you want to be living that you have seen for yourself, they're available to you right now. They're available to you right now, and all you need to do is step away from the small Sally and into the larger Sally. I'm not talking physical size. Let's not start manifesting extra weight, but into that larger you who can right away step in and claim that life. Ask that part of you, why am I not doing it? Receive the answers, but the answers are always around. What do I fear is going to happen? What do I fear is wrong with me that means that I can't have it? What do I believe about myself that means that I can't be bigger than I am? Both sitting on the lounge watching. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, Sally, I hope that helps, my dear. We're just sending some energy healing to you as well. Not so much energy healing, but rather some support, some energetic support to you. All of us, more than anything else, need this next level of support that will hold us up, that will hold us up, but will also be right behind us, holding us straight and helping us to take that next step forward. So I'm sending that out to everyone today. Tammy says, I'm struggling to find the words to use in a proposal to a publishing house. Tammy, it's easy, and I know this is easy for you. I'm saying it's easy because I'm speaking to you. Here's what I want you to do. Stop thinking about who you're sending it to, okay? Just stop thinking about who you're sending it to and what that might mean. Step away from that. Come back to your computer or wherever if you handwrite, whatever you're going to do, come back to there. Drop into your heart and start thinking about what you want to create that will transform others. And then from that thought in your heart space, just start writing. Just start writing the words as if you are writing to your best friend, explaining to your best friend the transformation that you want to create in the world through these cards. And bang, there's your thing done. Bob's your uncle is what I was going to say. But do it that way. Stop thinking about who you're sending it to, because that's getting in the way, isn't it? Because you're thinking it has to be a certain way, it has to be professional, it has to have certain components. Step away from it. Think about the transformation that you want to create, the reason that you're creating it, the reason that you want to be published, and then talk to your best friend about it. And that's your sales copy. Sales copy, publishing proposal, whatever you want. You can do it with sales copy as well. Fabulous. Hi, Jen. Hello, Roz. Sorry, I said hello to Roz. Maria, yes, you are welcome to ask questions. Of course, I'm sharing the love. Hello to you too. All that is here, of course, but I'm not sure that we are going to do a channeled message. We will see what happens, but you know, pretty much everything that comes out in these situations has components of that anyway. So thank you, Tammy, my pleasure. If anybody else has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. If you're just joining us, oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself. Now, if you are joining us and you don't know who I am, please let me tell you a little bit about me. And you guys who know me, please just be patient for a few moments as I introduce myself. Okay, so my name's Anne Alexson, that's quite clear. I am a direct voice channel for the non-physical the non-physical stream of consciousness group that we call All That Is. And when they speak through me and when I speak, the words that we use vibrationally change your frequency to help you to step into your full empowerment, to help you to become that which you are seeking to become, to help you to release the things that are stopping you from being your true, fully empowered sovereign self. Now, we particularly focus on serving women to help them to unlock their own superpowers, like direct voice channeling, psychic, medium, astral travel, all of those sorts of things, all the gifts that are available to us. There are hundreds of them. If you don't know what your gifts are and you want to start exploring this sort of thing, we have a quiz called What's Your Soul Vibration? What's Your Soul's Vibration? It's available on the website, and you can go and find out, and listed in there are some of the innate spiritual gifts that you can utilize through the vibration that you get as your result through your soul's vibration. So as I was saying, I work mostly with women to help them to unlock their superconscious mind, which enables them to start tapping into their spiritual gifts and their special gifts. And we do this so that they can start manifesting their mission, making money and changing the world, because the world needs change. And of course it starts with me, it starts with our own selves, changing our lives, and then being able to change others' lives. Fabulous. So that's me in a nutshell. Yeah. So let's move on. Janet has a question. How do I up-level my vibe? I seem to be dragging my feet in my attitude and self-discipline and self-care. I'm having trouble pulling myself out of it. Okay, so first of all, Janet, here's what I want you to do. I want you to simply, in this moment, accept this moment. So accept that in this moment, you're feeling a little less than you like to feel. Just accept that. Because in the unacceptance of it, or in the trying to push it away, what you're actually doing is you are beating yourself up, which is an act of unself-care. So, of course, you can't be in self-care and unself-care at the same time. So stop beating yourself up for not being where you want to be. That's the very first thing. The next thing to do is to actually, Janet, I want to say to you, just sitting here, I'm getting some stuff around self-discipline. I actually want to ask you to either take away that expression from your life or change the vibration of it within. So change what it means to you, self-discipline. Right now what I'm getting is that when you use that expression, it's an uncomfortable thing. It's a have to do thing. It's not a I choose to do thing. So if you can turn self-discipline into an act of I'm choosing to do this, this is something I do because I'm choosing it, not because I have to. Self-discipline, the way that you're using it right now, feels like a have to. So I want to turn it into a choose to. So here's the thing. Start to live by choosing only that which you wish to do and do those things. Okay? Now, of course, anybody in front of me is going to argue with me, yeah, but what about the things that have to be done? And I agree with you. What about the things that have to be done? Make them your secondary focus. Make your first focus only the things that make you feel good when you're doing them. So get those things done. And then from the place of a high vibe that you get from doing the things that make you happy, then make some choices about what to do next. Yeah, okay. So Janet, why are you choosing to get up at 5:30 in the morning? What's that all about? Is that because you think there's not enough time in the day and you have to get up at that time in order to do things? Or is that because personally I've tried many, many times myself to be disciplined and to go to bed at a certain time so I can get up at a certain time. And, you know, after many, many years of doing that, yeah, okay. So after many, many years of doing that and having this same thing happen, oh, it didn't work for me today. I didn't get up at the time, so I didn't get the thing done that I was supposed to get done. And then I start beating up on myself, and then my vibration drops. And then, of course, everything around me starts happening the way I don't want it to happen. So nothing happens the way that I want it to when I'm trying to force myself to do things that don't serve me. I myself am someone who likes to lie in bed in the morning. So it doesn't matter what time I go to bed at night, I like to lay in bed in the morning for as long as I possibly can. And I'm never going to change that. I know that now. Well, there you go, see? That's the thing. We've got to stop trying to force ourselves to do things that we think we're supposed to be doing and give up things that we enjoy doing. So we've got to, look, if I were to make a pact for this year, if I was to say to you, so Janet, you've just said here that you've decided that this year is Project Self-Discipline. Here's the thing. If I were to make a project for everybody for this year, it would be Project Do What Makes Me Feel Good. Project Do What Makes Me Feel Good. And then I'll start to feel good about the other things that I need to do. So Janet, here's the thing. If you're particularly getting up at that time in the morning to do exercise and then you're beating up on yourself because you're not getting up and doing the exercise, do the exercise another time. And maybe go to bed a few minutes, half an hour late. I personally do a program that is 10 minutes twice a day. And I have the machinery here to do it. And what I do is halfway through my workday, when I'm getting in that heady space where I'm trying to make things work for me, I walk out of my office and I come and do my exercise. And then whatever time I fit it in before I go to bed. So there you go. Okay, fantastic. I think we've solved it for you, Janet. So thank you. So I've got some other questions up here. Harriet, just today finalised setting up a service of gifting nature notes for locals for joy exchange. Wish me luck. That's fantastic. I'm a bit confused by your wording, however. I would absolutely love for you to tell me what are nature notes first, but also joy exchange. Explain that to me. In other words, are you saying that you're not charging for it? You're just, it's a service that you're doing. It'll just help me to understand better. But here's the thing. I do have tips, Harriet. Whatever you're wanting to do, do it. Do it because you love doing it. Do it because it feels good to do it. Do it because you wish to serve someone else. And a tip, don't do it for nothing if that in any way at all makes you feel less than. Because your self-care, and money is about self-care. Money is about knowing that I deserve this money so that I can pay my bills and buy a new mattress when I need it, or buy a new lounge chair when I need it, or just simply buy an ice cream on a hot day when I want to. So money is very important as well. So that's why I asked about that question. But as Harriet says yes. So, okay, fantastic. And again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that choice in any way, shape or form. I do a lot of free stuff myself, but I also charge. But yeah, just as long as it doesn't in any way, shape or form affect your vibration. So, you know, if you know that when you spend a day gifting from your heart, at the end of that day you have these little moments of, oh, those people, you know, received that but they didn't give me anything in exchange, then know that it's not serving you. That's all. But fabulous, good on you. Giving unconditionally is brilliant. It's a beautiful thing to do. Just don't overdo it, is the thing that we want to say to you. Okay, so you've just written down recorded local nature park. Oh, lovely. Okay, great. Sounds wonderful. All right, so Helen. Meditating regularly and asking for my abilities to continue to improve so that I can one day assist others. But I'm confused about which way of helping. So my mind gives me too many options. Yeah, Helen, look, so common, so common. Thank you for the question. Here's the thing. You get to choose how you serve people. And you do that by starting to notice and starting to pay attention to what makes you feel good. Now, let me see if I can explain that in another way to make it more clearer for you. Okay, great. Here's the thing. We always say that your only job is to raise your vibrational frequency, which, by the way, then allows your abilities to get stronger and stronger. To second to that, to mind your own vibration so that you keep it nice and strong, and to take you and your vibration out into the world in whatever way you desire to. In other words, as you are walking along the street. And from that place, if you have an intuitive hit to be of service to someone in some way, then your only responsibility is to follow that intuition, follow that knowing, follow that calling. So you raise your vibrational frequency, which gets you highly attuned to your service and to your guidance when it comes through and tells you what to do. Then you mind your own vibration, and then you take your vibration wherever you go. Now, if that happens to be your job, then that's the perfect thing. Be your highest vibration everywhere that you go, and those who need you to serve them will present in front of you, and you will know exactly what to say or exactly which tools and processes to use to serve that being for their highest and for your highest. In other words, what we're saying to you, Helen, is to stop trying to figure it all out. Just simply be in your highest vibration. Be at the ready to serve from your heart, and then act from your intuitive knowings, or act from your guidance when you hear it come through, when you hear it say to you, speak to that person and say this. Now, of course, it might not come through as clearly as that, but more likely it's very subtle, and you simply look at someone and have a knowing that they could use your service, in which case you go and you have a conversation with them and you invite them to work with you if that's how you wish to do it, or you simply be of service to them as you are standing there together. Thank you. Helen, I hope that helped, because You know, this is really common, and the answer that came through for you is actually what everybody needs to understand, is that, you know, we're all seeking to be of service, and we're all seeking to create change in the world. And the only way that we can do that is to work on raising our vibration, minding our vibration, and taking our vibration in its highest out into the world. Now, if you think about the story of Jesus Christ, that's what he did. He, of course, was naturally of the highest vibration. And so he travelled the world, and everyone he saw around him, he served them by being in his highest vibration, by raising them up to match his vibration, because he was so strong and firm in minding his vibration. Okay? So I hope that helps. Helen, I see you have some comments, so I'll just scroll down and read them. Oh, no, that's some other people. Okay. Let me go all the way back up again. So Helen, there you go. Hope that helps. Janet, and we're moving through. Jennifer Jamison, hello, lovely to see you. Wondering about moving forward, letting go of perceived missed opportunities. Well, there's your first wrong thought. There is nothing that you are here to do that you could call a missed opportunity. In other words, you cannot miss what you are here to do. Wanting clarity for future study and career that isn't based on regret, but who I am now and my best future self. Absolutely. So here's what we want to say to you. A couple of things. You know, Jennifer, we feel very strongly that you have come to serve a purpose in the world, and that you are truly starting to see that now. And so in every moment that you continue to look back at your life and think that you've done something wrong or you went the wrong way, we want to assure you that who you are as you stand here right now is exactly who you need to be, with exactly the right skills and careers and things happening to you, experiences that you need to have as you stand here right now, so that you might then jump off into a new reality where you align with every opportunity that is here for you. And again, we say to you, you cannot miss the opportunity that's here for you. The opportunity that's here for you is uniquely for you. Nobody else can take it from you, and you cannot miss it. Our friend Abraham says that there is always a new boat coming. You cannot miss the boat. And so we reiterate that. You cannot miss the opportunity that's coming for you. So what we want you to understand is that in every moment, every day, right now even, there is an opportunity for you to stand up into your full power, to become all that you came to be, to step into your purpose. And the only way to do that is by making a momentary decision in every moment. Right now, what is the best thing for me to do? Right now, who may I serve? Right now, what can I say that will change someone's life? And just simply keep doing that. And you cannot miss the opportunity that is coming for you. It'll be like a freight train and almost run you over. You cannot miss it. Thank you. Oh, getting a bit warm in here, even with the air conditioning on. Whew. Lorraine. If you want to receive a message, you know what would be really great? Whew, I'm getting quite warm. If you have a particular question that you have, or if you have a particular area of life that you want me to give you some guidance on, that would be great. So pop that in. Oh, Michelle's just saying, I feel like that was a message for me too. Fantastic. We do find, and the guides always say, that if we don't answer your question directly, you will always find the answer in something else that we've said throughout the live stream. So if you're just watching now on the replay, you'll find the answer. Or if you're just joining us now, you'll and we don't give you an answer directly because we only have 18 minutes left, your answer will be here somewhere. So that's great, Michelle. I have intuitive messages for lots of people, strangers, but feel odd sometimes telling them. Well, you know, you have to look at the oddness that you're feeling because, look, it's twofold. Everything's twofold. Those of you who know me will know I say that it's twofold. Right. So there is, of course, fear that stops you from speaking your message to people. And so if it's fear, then by all means, bust through that. However, also be aware that there is boundaries that other people have that when you feel them, you should not intrude, obviously. So by that, what I mean is that not everybody who's walking down the street whose dead relative speaks to you needs to hear that message. But if you feel that they need to, and you're truly coming from a space of just pure service, then by all means do it. If you hold yourself back from doing that, that's simply a fear of being shunned, or a fear of being attacked, or a fear of not being liked, or a fear of what will they think of me. So just differentiate between whether it's the fear of that sort of thing or if it's a genuine boundary that the person has. I have very strong boundaries, and so if someone pushes past those to give me a message, as someone did in a chemist one day, a very, very well-known psychic, I find that offensive myself. Because I would pay for that, you see, but also because I was not in a space, I had my child with me, and it just, it crossed my boundaries. So just be very clear. If they've got strong boundaries and you intuitively know that it's not right to do it, don't do it. And if you intuitively know that it is right and the only thing that's stopping you is fear, then do what you need to do in order to step away from that fear, okay? Thanks, Michelle. Oh, hello, Daphne. Lovely to see you. Thank you. Helen, who we were speaking to a moment ago, is just saying, I'm listening intently and teary, knowing that your answer is what I've been doing all my life. Anyway, exactly. Thank you for helping me see I am helping already and will continue to just be me. Beautiful. I love that, Helen. Well done. I'm glad that I could help. Hi, Sarah. Oh, wow, from the UK. Thank you. Lovely. You're just getting up, I imagine. Quite early over there, isn't it? So enjoy your Saturday. It's been a beautiful day. Thanks, Mariko. And Jan, thank you. I appreciate your feedback, everybody. So Lorraine is saying, my living environment is a little unsettled at the moment. I would like to continue living where I am. Beautiful. So here's the thing, Lorraine. Here's what I want to invite you to do. Actually, I want to invite you to just take a nice deep breath in and just relax. Just drop the fear and the stress and the strain that you're feeling in that question. It's happening. These things around me are not working out the way that I want them to. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to really focus and work on raising my vibrational frequency. I'm going to start doing things that feel good to me. I'm going to start being nice to myself, doing things that feel good to me. Saying things to myself that make me feel good. Even saying things about myself like I am enough and I deserve to live the beautiful life that I wish to live wherever I desire to live, in a house with this and a house with that. You know, tell yourself this story and speak it out loud. We want you to speak it out loud because your brain wants to hear that. Because your brain wants to hear from your own voice what it is that you desire to be living. And then, having done that, continue to work on raising your vibration, being nice to yourself, saying nice things to yourself, talking about how you deserve to have a great living environment, to have a settled place to live, to this, to that, all the good things that you wish to have. Continue doing that and raising your vibration as you do it. And then mind your vibration. In other words, get so strong in your vibration of your deservedness of this wonderful living environment that you cannot be knocked down from that, because as you get knocked down from your high vibration, and bring yourself back down to what the reality is. In other words, that there is unsettlement happening in this environment. As soon as you bring your vibration down to match that, instead of making that come up to match you, your brain will start thinking again about all the bad things that are going on, and your vibration will drop. And you will continue the cycle, you see. So what we want to do is to say to you, just keep saying to yourself, I deserve and I desire to live in a settled environment. I deserve and I desire to have all that I wish to be living. I deserve and I desire the home to be this way. I desire and deserve the environment to look like this. Keep telling yourself over and over and over again that this is what you want. Allow your vibration to rise to match what you want, and then you will have it. Michelle Smith saying, love that, thank you. I don't know what it was, but I'm glad. Florence is saying, I got messages for people who come into my work, but I have to subtly converse with them when they leave. Happy and thankful. I know my job has been done, my spiritual job, that is. That's beautiful, Florence. I love it. Very good. Hi, Eleni. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. So we've got about 10 minutes to go. Thank you, Lorraine. It's my pleasure. We've got about 10 minutes to go. Does anybody have any other questions? I'm going to have a little sip of water. I've got 2 big glasses of water for myself, and I've hardly had any because I forget to have a drink. It's getting a little bit darker now. The storm still hasn't quite come. In fact, I think it passed over my house, as it often does. Sometimes we get hail warnings for here, and then nothing happens. Like it rains like 3 splatters of rain. And all the suburbs around us get hit with hail and really heavy rain. But for some reason, this little pocket is it's quite fascinating to me. That's good. Thank you, Sally. So yeah, we've got another 10 minutes to go. If anybody has a question, I hope I haven't missed anybody. If I have, pop it in again, because if I missed it, I've missed it now. Hang on, I think I just saw one that I haven't seen. Nope. Jenny, lots of rain in Melbourne. Wow. Okay. So if anybody else has any other questions, or I don't know if you noticed, for those of you who are new to me, the guides came through for a couple of those answers. My mannerisms changed slightly and my voice changes slightly, so I'm sure you would have noticed it. Certainly the people here who are my clients and friends and watch my lives a bit will also have noticed, of course. Please do ask a question if you have one. Good one, Mariko. But ask any question. If anybody has any question, or if you just want me to talk about a particular subject, I don't know, let me have a look. I did write a list of little things that we might talk about, so let me see. Oh, and I might just have a look and make sure there's no other questions either. How fascinating that I got the same time as... Still looking. Any questions from anybody? Oh, do my hands move less, Roz? That's funny. And you know what else I notice? I do this a lot when I'm talking, but when they're talking, they just sit up really close. So there we go. Lots of people have lots of... Ali, with regards to what? Just, oh my gosh, I just saw the screen and I look really dark. So it's getting a bit dark. Ali, surrender. Great subject. I assume you're saying how to surrender. How to just simply surrender and let. Beautiful. Okay. So, thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad that helped you. So let's talk about surrender. One thing that we wish that every one of you would understand, would know, is that life is happening for you. Everything in the universe, including all of your non-physical aspects, everything in the universe is at your command, is at your beck and call, rushes to you every single time you express a desire for something, comes to answer that calling, gets ready, gets started preparing the thing that you wish to experience, the thing that you wish to live, the thing that you wish to have. It starts, of course, with you first asking for what you desire, and then we go to work, and we say we as an expression of your non-physical aspects. So that part of you, which is your soul, which is your higher self, which is your higher self's higher self, and your higher self's higher self, and we could go on hundreds of times, all the way back to the beginning of time, or all the way back to the God source. All of us come rushing to you to fulfill your desire. Now, the problem is that you then start doubting that you're worthy of the desire, or you then start trying to figure out how to make the desire happen. What we want you to understand more than anything else is that it's already happening for you. Everything within you that does not match the thing that you desire will come up to be healed. Every memory within you, every fear within you, every decision within you that would block you from that which you desire will rise from you to be confronted so that it might lose its power. Because life is happening for you. This is a truth. It's not something that's been made up to make you feel better. It is a truth that life is happening for you every time you desire something, every time you make a decision and decide that that's the direction you're going, that's who you're going to become. All of those aspects of you that are in non-physical come to answer your calling, to deliver to you that which you want. And then it gets a little hard because you notice things start coming up and you decide that it's too hard to keep working on the inner work, or it takes too much time, or you've got too much other things to do. You have a job to get to in order to get the money, in order to live the life that you're living. And yet you don't want to be living this life. And so what we want you to do is to acknowledge and give thanks to your non-physical aspects who are always answering your calling and giving you exactly what you desire. And in so doing, you surrender, you relax, you sink into your chair, so to speak, and you allow it to happen for you. It will every single time. Whew. So Ali, I hope that touched on what you were wanting to receive there, on surrendering. There you go. Life is always happening for you. So there's nothing to surrender from. It's just really an acceptance and a stepping into that. We've still got 4 minutes to go, so I'll just keep going. Eleanie's just, this is a really good question for people who do readings and things like that. So Eleanie's just saying that she's been doing a tarot reading for someone, but they keep coming back every week. Is this normal? Yes, it is, and no, it's not at the same time. It's perfectly fine, Elanie. Now, just what I want to suggest is that you see, this is simply someone who doesn't trust their own knowing. This person that you're working with does not trust their own knowing. So you could even turn this into a way of empowering your client, of having her start to trust her own intuition. The only reason that she is coming back over and over and over and over again is either because she's not yet believing or accepting the answers that she's getting and wants to have the answers be different, which can be a little bit of a fault in many human beings, to seek only that which they want to hear. But if that's not the case, then we would like to suggest that this is an invitation for you to expand the work that you're doing with her into the arena of teaching how to trust your own intuition. Thank you. Hope that's helpful. Florence is saying, definitely can see all that is step in. Beautiful messages. And what stops me from having a loving relationship companion? Is it from a past life? Okay, so Florence, what we were just talking about with regards to I can't think of the word. What was it? The word that Ali... Surrender. The answer that we gave for that is really pertinent to your question. So your job really is right now to start... In fact, it's a mixture of two answers that we gave already. What I'd like to have you do is to start speaking or writing or making decisions about the life that you want to be living. So I sorry, my brain's gone. I choose to know and believe that I can be in a loving relationship. I choose to know and believe that my loving relationship is available to me right now. I deserve a loving relationship. I deserve to be in a partnership that gives me this and this and this. And on and on and on. Writing, saying, thinking, whatever it is that you need to do. So in this way, you are putting your message out. You are saying to your non-physical aspects, this is what I want. And then you have to, look, this is the law of attraction, right? You ask, it is given, your job is to receive. So you do the asking. It's given to you. Your non-physical aspects package it up and get it ready for you. The problem is that if you continually... if you don't train yourself to know that you deserve it, so your work is to really step into deserving, to step into self-love, to step into knowing that you deserve whatever you're asking for. And then when you receive, by the way, we receive by getting intuitive hits, by knowing that we have to go somewhere, by knowing that that person over there, we need to go and speak to them, these sorts of things. And doing it even if we don't know why. And so that's the answer for you. I hope I got out what I was trying to get out in that. Got a bit jumbled up. Oh, fabulous. All right, keep going, keep going, keep going. What have we got here? Moving on, letting go after loss. Absolutely. Well, if that's the case, Eleni, and you're referring to your client, then it is simply it's part of the grieving process. So just allow that to happen. Be there as you need to be. You will know when it's time for you to change the conversation into one about moving on, about becoming empowered again, and these sorts of things. And there's no one better than you for that. Oh, Ali, brilliant, fantastic. The answers have all happened. Like, oh, that's fantastic. Well, you know, just be careful if she's getting answers and then the thing's happening. So you're predicting or you're telling her what the cards are saying and then it's happening. Then I would try to maybe stretch out the times between visits, because she might be just trying to live according to the cards instead of just allowing life to surprise her, and it doesn't help. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Oh, okay, wonderful. Hi Lucia, hello Leslie. Helen, it absolutely can. Grief is a low vibration. Now, by the way, that doesn't mean it's wrong in any way, shape or form. It's a part of living, is that we have people who are no longer in our life through whatever reason, and we go through a grieving process. Now, as we go through that process, we spend less time in the low vibration of grieving, and we find ourselves in the happy vibration doing things, and then we remember and we bring ourselves back down to the low vibration. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. It is human nature. But yes, grieving can inhibit your ability, your own personal ability to hear spirit. Absolutely it can, and yet it doesn't have to. They're banging on my head saying, well, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to. So, Helen, what I'm saying then is that if you wish to start hearing from spirit again, just simply continue asking. Continue asking. I want to hear spirit. I want to hear you. I want to have some indication that you're around me, and just allow that to happen. Sometimes if we're grieving, we're so desperate for non-physical contact from either someone that we loved or from pure streams of consciousness or anything at all, that we, when you're trying so hard to get something, it becomes much, much harder to get. So that's part of that cycle that's happening there. All right, Florence, thank you. Makes a lot of sense. I'm now realising how much or how little I thought I deserved. Absolutely. This year, 2018, what I'm discovering and what I'm starting to come to notice is that it really is the year for all of us to not discover, but to really step into our deservedness, to start to really understand that, crap, I've been living this small life, not allowing myself to have the things that I want for whatever reasons. Hey, I actually do deserve them, and I want them, and I desire them. I've been hiding my desire for things. I've been hiding my belief that I deserve it. And this year I feel like we're all going to really shift up into this energy of this new level of deservedness. Of course, it's part of the evolution of humanity. As we all evolve, we start to move into the higher vibrations. And so the vibration of deservedness and self-care and self-love, which are all wrapped together, it's a higher vibration. So it's a natural evolution. It's a part of the natural evolution that we're going through. And yes, Florence, absolutely. Light workers are having their light turned on. In fact, I would say that every single person on this planet is a light worker, whether they're pretending to be or not. Whether they're acting as though they are or not. We are in a phase of evolution where every single being is waking up. Every single being is waking up, and it's time that we stop separating ourselves from those who aren't awakened. I see that a lot, and it really gnaws at me when I see it. Every single being on this planet is having their vibration raised. It's happening. If it's happening to me, then it's happening to everyone. Mariko, thanks for joining us here. We are actually going to go now as well because time is up. And, well, we've gone past time. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd love to invite you to join me again next Saturday at the same time. Maybe. We'll see how we go. But I'm definitely going to do something like this at least once a week, every week. So stick around. If you haven't liked the page, please do so. Also, go down to where it says notifications and ask to be notified when I go live, because I go live quite a bit. But I do these, I'm going to be doing this open Q&A at least once a week. So if you want to be notified of that, make sure that you do that. And of course, if you are interested and ready to do a private Go Direct with All That Is session, where the guides just come through and channel for you and do healing for you and help you to step into your greatness, I'd love to invite you to do that. There is actually a link in the post where you can do that, and I would absolutely love to serve you in that way. It brings me great joy. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy your night or your day, and I'll see you again soon.